Hope you guys are doing fabulous. Welcome back to the Sapphire Spider Oracle channel, and it's the year 2022. Hope you guys are returning listeners, but of course, if you're a first-time listener, I appreciate you being here. Let's get started. I've got the Gustav Klimt deck in here today, and I've got the Spirit Animal Oracle cards, and we're just checking in. It's a full moon in Cancer. Retrograde phase is coming up. We've got, or actually we're currently in them. There's some major brain fog hitting y'all's group right now as I'm starting your reading. And it said we're just going to like clear that out of here. That can definitely be a side effect of some of the retrogrades and everything. So let's get started with your Animal Oracle card and just see what the messages are, what the energies are for you at this time. What's another one over here? You're like very sporadic, Gemini. That's some Gemini energy, that's for sure. Let's see what your spirit animal has to say. Chameleon spirit, act as if. It's showing me all these flowers like confetti, first and foremost. All these flower petals. It's like confetti. They said we're like a flower girl. Some of y'all might be getting married and having flower girls walking around and stuff. Or there's like parties, there's confetti, there's something about that. So with the chameleon spirit, acting as if, it's specifically referring to manifestation. And when you're trying to manifest something, one of the fastest ways to get that manifestation to actually happen is to literally act as if it already exists, it's already happening, you already have whatever it is you're looking for. That's the whole thing. So for some of you guys, it could possibly be looking at this new year and being like, you know, I'm trying to find that partner, that person. So yes, and it's bringing me that book, The Secret. It's bringing me that book, The Secret, because just in general, that's what it tells you to do. It's the law of attraction, right? It's telling you all about the law of attraction. And just if you want a certain type of relationship in your life, you have to make room for that in your life. So you have to act as if you're going to get married to someone. If that's what you're looking for is marriage, you have to act as if your life is fun and spontaneous and full of parties. If that's the kind of lifestyle you want to live, you have to, and it's not about being fake, faking it till you make it type deal. It's the energy within. It's not about how you dress or the headdresses or whatever you've got going on. It's about, right? Like that's the thing. Chameleons change color to blend in, but it is camouflage. But when you actually think about it, it's so that they can match the vibration, the energy that's around them. And then that allows them to blend in and fit in. A chameleon's body just kind of like looks at nature and is like, oh, and like does like blends into it, right? It's nature that sets the tone and the vibration for what the chameleon is going to look like when it comes to the colors most of the time. They're not consciously trying to blend in. It's what's provided to them around them. So that's the whole vibe here. The things you want in life, they do exist. They're out there. So you just have to attune yourself to the energies because they're already out there. It already exists. It's already around you. You have to act as if you are one with that energy already. And for some people, that is about maybe putting on a different outfit, acting a certain way, doing new habits or things in certain places or certain times. So there can be a bit of that, but it's just saying more importantly, it's about your energy alignment within. It's not so much about what you wear, how much money you do spend on this, and right? It said party favors. It doesn't matter about all your party favors. There's a Lana Del Rey song that's kind of coming in. Hang on, that's a Lana Del Rey song. That's important because it's about her blending in, but it's in that sadder way, kind of depressed way. So that's where it's making a distinction. Look how happy and fun this is. We don't want to necessarily go into that, but the song that's singing to me is Carmen, and it says, Carmen doesn't have a problem lying to herself because her liquor's top shelf. It's alarming, truly, how disarming she can be. It's just like describing her looks and her charm, and that's one of the things. It's like, yeah, smiling, doing party favors. She's just part of the party, and she likes that party lifestyle. But there's like this depression underneath it, and that's the whole thing. Is like she's just kind of like drowning herself in top shelf drinks and socializing and smiling and doing party favors and looking pretty for everybody, but it's this shallowness, right? That's not what this chameleon spirit is talking about at all. So it's trying to just make a clear distinction that you acting as if you belong to a certain vibe, crowd, energy, don't get it twisted. It's not about becoming this other energy that isn't happy, that isn't, it's very much about radiating the vibe that matches the energy you want to come into your life. It's still singing that Lana Del Rey song to me, Carmen. Let's get started with these two cards here. Nine of Pentacles, King of Cups. There was something here. It definitely just toned down, but that's where, Gemini, it keeps trying to slip into this more sad energy. It's not totally a happy vibe in here. It keeps trying to slip into some of this sad energy, and it keeps, like, I'm the one that keeps trying to, like kind of, like, redirect it, and there's something there to acknowledge. I was very much literally pointing out the pentacles to me right now. So there's a focus on money. Now, overall, doing all right, okay? That's one thing it wants to say. Overall, doing all right. There's a little money kind of like tucked away for savings. There's plenty here for this figure to utilize and use. It says she's worked hard for it. It's very much on her mind. Oh, it says she's connecting the dots. It says she's connecting the dots. Aha. Damn. Gemini, it said there's a pentacle missing. There's not, but like, that's the whole thing. You see this space right here? So there's a pentacle missing. She's connecting the dots. There's a pentacle missing. Damn. Gemini, it's got you. Okay, I'm going to tell you exactly how this goes. My son's Gemini, okay? There are things that my son sees and says sometimes, y'all, that it's like, it's not that, and I'm a Virgo energy, which is very much on this card, so this doesn't have to be your dynamic, but I'm just telling you. This is what it's exactly what it's bringing to me. My son, who's a teenager, who's young, can see things sometimes and say things to me in ways that I cannot fully express them. Or just things that I don't notice, right? And that's why it just said out of the mouths of babes. Like, yeah, there's okay, now there's this message about, like, there's a younger person in your life, I would say, especially because this is a court card. So Gemini, I would say this is mostly you. But there's some kind of energy other than your own, possibly younger in your life, that can really see things from a different perspective. And so can you. And so it's pointing that out, that people have different perspectives of things. So where it just said you're not looking down, right? She's trying to look straight across. Nice. I had that in Capricorn. It tilted my chin up in Capricorn, and Gemini's reading now, it's tilting my chin down. And I've had this twitch in my chin for the past couple of days. So that's your spirit guides talking, like they're literally grabbing your chin and like, you need to look up. That's what it did in Capricorn, which is my mom's energy. So it was like, you need to look up. So there's that uplifted energy. That's where the optimism is coming in. That's why I said my energy keeps trying to redirect this to something happy, right? Like we're trying to be happy. The Gemini energy is like, no, you need to look down. And I'm telling you, something's been grabbing my chin. Like little spiritual energy twitch has been grabbing my chin the past couple of days. And that's what it's telling me now. It's like, you've been trying to keep your head at least level. Ding, 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 ding. I've been doing that one too. Ding, ding, ding. You've been trying to keep your head level. You need to connect the dots and look down. There's something missing. Look down. Look down. And look at this King of Cups, who is also, he's not necessarily looking into his own cup. He's looking down at something else that is not here in this card. Not necessarily. Oh, you know what? For the first time, wow. I looked at this image for a while. This kind of looks like a vase, now that I think about it. This is like a big blue vase. There's something there about like looking down. You need to look down. Your spirit guides are directing you where to look. And right now it's telling you to look down. And that's why it's also saying like you keep slipping into this somewhat sad energy. There's something important in those emotions, in those feelings. But we're talking about pentacles. We're talking about resources. We're talking about money. And there's a kind person in your life, Gemini, or you are serving this role yourself, that is like, you need to look down and pay attention. There's something missing. I've never seen this blue vase before. I always thought this was like the seat he was sitting on. And even if it is, it just looks like a blue vase today. And it's saying like, you need to look down into that, right? So it's pointing out stuff that's missing from your area, from your space, from your life. Could be resources. And now the message is saying like, you kind of need to blend in a bit. There's things to pay attention to. There's things to pay attention to. It's not about being a faker and stuff like that. And there is the positive message that's trying to come through. It's like talking about manifestation. Talking about, you need to act as if these things are coming into your life. Like, you know, there's something here. And Gemini, your energy is pointing out and saying there's something missing. And it's telling you to look down. Oh, wow, that's interesting too. So, and I usually don't read the deck like this, Gemini. I like it. It's pointing out how you think outside the box. Your energy's a little erratic, Gemini, but you think outside the box. It said, open up the deck and look inside. And what do you see? Look at this King of Cups looking at this King of Pentacles, who is holding a giant pentacle, and the King of Pentacles is looking over at her like that's the whole thing, and kind of looking over at him. That's the missing pentacle. She had 10 pentacles. She's down to 9. It's not a lot, but even he's pointing out it's a big deal. Look how big. Whoo, look at that Chariot card under there, and then the Towers under there. Oh my God. Gemini, you're pointing out so much energy, and you're doing it in such an interesting way that's like, hold up. Yeah, whoa, I like that. Oh, nice, nice. Gemini. Oh, this reading is incredible. I've never had such a fascinating Gemini reading before. This is incredible. Gemini, this is off the chain. Okay, straight up. You guys are like, all right, listen. You had 10 pentacles and everything was fine. Look, there's the Empress underneath it too. So I'm saying, it was like you had 10 pentacles. Everything was fine. And then something went missing. Something got taken. This is the energy that's bringing this message. It's like, hey, you're not paying attention. You're trying so hard to stay positive and keep your head level. And look how much this card blends into this. It's like you're trying to keep everything like it's this happy home. Like everything's fine. But guess what? It's not. Something got taken from you. Something real was stolen from you. And he's over here looking at this King of Pentacles. And this King of Pentacles is someone who likes the good food, likes the good wine, is very much about this material realm, usually a good king. But if this king stole his pentacle, it said, and his power from her energy and her pentacles, that's why he's looking down at him. Gemini, you're looking down on someone after this conversation and this stuff. And the whole reason why is because, oh, Gemini, it said the rightful king. Your energy is rightfully higher than this energy. It's just how you're being represented at this time. And it said he's on the lower plane too, because his only focus is this money and this pinnacle. And that's the thing, is she might be like, you know what, this is small. I didn't even notice it. Like, it's not that big of a deal. And Gemini's like, no, they're like, that's a big deal. Someone took something from you, right? Someone took something from you. And it's saying, nice, it's saying she's sitting on stacks. She's sitting on stacks. So it's saying like she's not that bad on, and that's why she's like, oh, you know what, like it's just a little bit of something. You are sitting on stacks. You're sitting on stuff and you're good. You're solid, okay? You're solid. But this person is sitting on stacks too. And look, there's a Chariot, there's a Tower, and there's 6 Pentacles. Oh, it said they're giving it to someone else. And that's the thing. They're giving it to someone else. There's other needs. There's other things. They're riding off with it. Gemini, this is so fascinating. What is this final card right here? It just got very serious. And it said, I will show you. It said, I will show you. With this Magician energy, it just got very serious. Sorry, I'm just really sitting with it. First of all, it's pointing out the red on this Magician's outfit, which I do always take this to actually be a woman in this deck. So that's one thing. And it was just kind of saying like, I'm wearing red right now. And yeah, it had me just change the color of this tablecloth today for y'all's readings. Like I've already done 6 other readings, but now it changed to this. And that's where it was just saying, like, sometimes, right, yes, sometimes you have to get in the right vibe. Sometimes you have to get in the right colors. Sometimes you have to utilize other types of energy to access the messages and things that you need. So it was pointing out this blue vase. Now it's pointing out the red, and it's talking about the magician power in this card right now. And it's saying, like, I will show you. I'm the magician, right? I'll pull it out of the hat. I'll pull a snake out of a bowl of water. I will show you what's in this blue vase. I'll show you where this hidden pentacle went to. It's right there in his hands over there, because it's not me. I have a cup in my hands. And that's the other thing. It's not me. I have a cup in my hands. It's in his hands over there. Ooh, nice. And it kind of just implied that he, like, pulled this pentacle back over to this side for this energy and replaced it for her, right? And that's where it's like the magician. And even though these aren't pentacles on the magician's outfit, it's pointing it out like you have the capabilities of producing that 10th pentacle, of force pulling it out of that person's hands and replacing it, of showing the way to at least find where the missing pentacle went. It's the magician energy, right? Like, you produce it out of thin air. But in this case, it's not about that little magician energy where you got something like hiding up your sleeve and then you just produce it, right? I'm lame at magic. Don't judge me, y'all. I'm just making my point. It's not about like, oh, you didn't even see this and shit. No, you had this. It existed. It got taken from you. You're good. You're solid. You're sitting on stacks. You're fine. Everything's fine. So maybe you wanted to treat this as a small deal, but your energy or someone very close to you is like, you need to pay attention. You're looking up. You need to look down, because look, it's in their hand. They took it from you. They stole it from you. And that's where the magician energy, it says, I believe I will find it, and therefore I will find it. Whatever is missing, whatever someone took or stole from you, whatever is going on in this weird little energy vibe here, you're going to find out, and you're going to find it, and you have help. And that's what I'm saying, is you have help, and the guidance and the help is saying you need to blend in, you need to chill, you need to act as if everything's fine, but underneath, you know it's not, because something has been taken and missing, and it's about to be found. I'm going to show you. I'm going to produce it out of my little hat, and ta-da! Magician energy. I'm going to show you the way. It said, do you know the way? I will show you the way. Yeah, that's totally my teenager there. I will show you the way. Okay, it wants to do one more thing. It wants to open this up like this. Okay. Nice. It was saying 1. Yes, I totally understand that, Gemini. Listen, watch this pattern here. It was saying 1, like level 1, level 2, level 3. 3 being the highest here, most spiritual, right? Staying humble, but being real. You know what? This isn't a big deal in my life because I was sitting on stacks. I'm doing okay. I'm doing fine. But I know I sense something's going on. I'm going to stay emotionally mature about it, right? Stay grounded. But I'm going to start, right, looking in other directions. Now, he was saying, look down. Look down. He's looking down towards this Queen of Cups, who, again, very much echoes this pose, and she's a Queen of Cups, so she matches this King of Cups. And that's what I'm saying. It's like you're in sync with this other energy. You know what's up. That's where it's saying. It says you know what's up. And I would say you do. But they are showing you they're going to produce whatever this missing pentacle is. And that's where it's like, you knew what was going on. Queen of Cups is very psychic, very much in tune with this King of Cups. Very emotionally balanced, but at the same time, like, they got that intuition. They just know. So they're going to handle it in the sweetest way possible, but they just know what's up. And what's up is this King of Cups, which is not moving, not budging, stole a big pentacle. Look down, right? Look down. It said you were trying so hard to keep a level head and be kind and be nice. But the truth of the matter is, right? The masculine energy, the action energy is like, the truth of the matter is you got to look down. You can't always look up. You got to look down a little bit and be real with yourself. And that's where it's got a triangle here. And that's where it went to level 1. The magician energy can be trickster energy. It can be someone that is very manipulative. Right? Someone's very manipulative and is pulling some strings, pulling some pentacles, pulling a charade, right? Because 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's where it's like, these are pentacles, but they're fake pentacles. It's because they're getting away with these pentacles. They're pulling a charade to get it over here, and it just went, like it just changed position twice, right? That's what I mean. It's like they're shuffling and moving it over here so that they can have it. You know this. You're in sync with this. It's not a big deal for you. And that's where then coming to this, though, it was giving me the song, "One is the loneliest number that you ever do." This Queen of Cups is looking over here at this Ace of Cups. Now, an Ace of Cups can be about new love and new relationships and new things. It said a new life, right? Like a fresh new start, a new beginning. And it's kind of like she's waiting on this. She's in tune with this, huh? It just gave it to me like these two were like, almost like they were sharing drinks, and it's like they're watching these people over here and they're like, yeah, no, like almost like a love movie, right? And you know how people make fun of love movies, be like, that's not real. That's what it was just giving me. So when it was giving me that song, that's what I mean. It was saying looking down a little bit. You gotta look down a little bit. It's like, if you're waiting on this fresh start, on this like great sweeping romance, like that's kind of a movie thing, right? Yeah, I know, I got that. So you need to be realistic, and the real truth is this person's stealing from you and they're manipulative. You had this all along. And again, it was talking about 1. 1 is the loneliest number. Oh, well, it's just 1. Oh, well, you know, it's like maybe they're trying to be nice and sweet. And yes, have a fresh start. But the truth of the matter is, it said they've never stopped. And that's where it's going through a cycle, right? Get the pentacle back, you get a nice fresh start. You try to keep a level head, but surprise, it gets taken out from under your nose. Someone notices, you're in tune with it, you get psychically in tune with it. Hey, by the way, it's over here. Here, I'll show you the way. I'll show you where it is. I'll show you that this person underneath is not being very truthful, or they're being a trickster, or they're pulling the wool over your eyes. They're pulling snakes out of the grass and acting like they're just pets, and like, you know, it's like there's something here with that, and then it's like, oh, okay, and then it's almost like they try to put it back, but again, it's always just this one little pentacle. It's not just a little pentacle, it's a big deal, because this is a loop, this is a cycle. Yes, woo, buddy. And that's the final message here on Gemini. So the other thing is, Gemini, my son is my roller coaster buddy. And out here in Georgia, we had Six Flags. And when I was a kid, we used to have this roller coaster called the Viper. Look at this snake. And I loved riding the Viper. But to be honest, you guys, it was a very simple little roller coaster. And all it did was you got on it and you would go through a loop, and it would like stop in this. Sorry, I'm getting my fingers over here. It would stop over here, and then it would come over and do a loop, and then it would go up and stop here, and then you come back. And like after many years, people stopped wanting to ride it so often because it was just a little loop roller coaster, but it was fun, it was fast. So that's the thing, is like you get onto the Viper and you ride the loop. The snake would come down, you'd run around the outside of the building. You'd run around the outside of the building and get back up, and you could almost immediately get back on because there was like nobody in line for it. And so then you would just ride that thing over and over again. Well, they tore it down and they replaced it with the Superman coaster, which is definitely a much bigger and exciting roller coaster. That's what it's just saying. It's like, it's a roller coaster, it's a cycle, it's a loop. It's just like that Viper coaster. It just keeps going back. Nice. And then just like a little boy, like a little kid, it just went. So we're just going to, right? We're going to take care of that whole cycle. We're going to take care of that whole cycle and just completely tear it down and demolish it. And I knew, I want you, I don't know, can y'all see that over here? Hang on, can you see my fingers? I'm going to slide them back over here. Look, there is one card that has been flipped in the wrong direction this whole time that we haven't seen here in this whole deck. And let's take a look at it. What is the final message for this reading? The Seven of Cups. Never-ending story. Oh, it was talking about the end when, right, the whole world gets destroyed and the Empress is calling for, oh God, what's his name? What's the little boy's name? It's not Sebastian, is it? Maybe. I can't remember right now. Sorry, that's like leaving my brain. I was saying brain fog. Brain fog. For these retrogrades. It was saying never-ending story because of the big white dragon, but at the end, the whole universe and that little book, that never-ending story, gets destroyed. And when it's getting destroyed, the Empress is asking him to say her name, right? Give her a name, say her name, because that's the only way that he can like save the universe. And the name that he says, which, dang it, I'm gonna have to look it up because I've never known what he said, is the name of his mom, who passed away. And that's where you started at the beginning of the movie, is his mom. And that's where there was something here that was saying like, you're my mom, or like, you're my good friend, you remind me of a mom energy. I said that King of Cups energy was very much in tune with that Nine of Pentacles and that Queen of Cups energy, right? And so this is very much, in my little world, it's like my Gemini sun talking to me and showing me things in my life that's like, hey, you didn't see this, right? And it's also mentioning that to me because I'm a very short person and my sun is very tall. So there's literally things that my sun sees or notices that I do not, and vice versa. And that's the energy it's bringing to me. It's just pay attention to these other people in your life. They can see things from a different perspective. And look, there's the Empress. You might be needing to completely start your whole life or your whole path over. There's a cycle that this Gemini energy is pointing out. And it's like a kid talking to their mom. When the world gets destroyed all over in that never-ending story, he names the Empress the name of his mom. So it's very much like you've got a teammate with you, whether it's your children, a soulmate, a best friend, a lover. Gemini, there's somebody that you're starting over with. You're having to restructure your whole life. And I think the answer is like, this person is definitely coming with you to restore order and justice. Like, the world will be remade. Woo! It just said the world will be remade. And she's holding it, and it said in her image, in your image, Gemini, the world will be remade in your image. Yes, and it was talking about that King of Cups. It said the rightful king, right? The world will be remade in your image. Her image, their image. And that's what I got for you. Whew. I'm gonna have to watch that one again. That was like seriously the craziest, most intense, but yet mind-blowing and amazing Gemini reading I've ever had. Just absolutely wonderful. Okay, that's what I got for you guys. Let me know how it resonates. I will see you on the next batch of readings. Y'all have a good one.